Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hello and welcome to the What Say You podcast with me, Brian Quinn.
And me, Sal Volcano.
We're back. Hello, everybody.
Happy to be back, right?
Oh, I'm really excited to be back.
It's been a while, and like we've been waiting to do it, and now we're here, and
it's
started from the bottom, now we're here.
It's living up to expectations. I'm already having a good time.
Episode number 43.
All right. 43.
Pretty. That was my text. And yes.
Murray came through?
Murray came through.
We needed James Murray's help with something today. We didn't tell him it was for the podcast, so he helped. What say you, prostitute? That never made the air, right? When we sang the What Say You song on Jokers?
No, what are you talking about?
Remember, it was in a Union Square, and we were selling musical tickets. And one of the tickets was What Say You?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. It was What Say You, prostitute? And it was Hugh Jackman as a guy who was picking up prostitutes. What? Can we do a musical episode of this?
A musical episode. If we have any musicians out there that want to compose like a What Say You... Like what would be the title? What would be the main song, the breakout song from a What Say You musical?
It would have to involve Nugget. Well, what's the play about? Nugget's obviously the villain.
Yeah, Nugget.
You and I fighting Nugget.
Why wouldn't Nugget just be the antagonist? Why do we got to vilify him? Maybe he's misunderstood.
Yes, Sal. Maybe I'm just misunderstood.
See? You think I'm always out to get you, Nugget?
Yes, Sal.
I can't do the vibe. I'm a little cold, so my voice is...
Maybe I'll try.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
I have a cold, too.
Oh, it's a cold. It's time.
Doesn't seem to matter.
The only thing that can solve my cold is the blood of a virgin.
Does that mean murdering a virgin or de-virginizing a virgin?
That's a good... I think it's murdering a virgin.
Murder is the only option here.
Nugget has no penis.
Murder is my sex.
Murder is my sex. Oh, Nuggets.
Oh, man. Oh, this is good stuff. All right.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. We were in Miami, and then I've been sick.
Which I feel like we always say we've been sick, but I guess we're always sick then, huh?
We're like, I'm starting to feel like due to age and lifestyle, I'm like a newborn deer in terms of
your
my health,
immunity, and your resistance against the things that might take you down.
Anything's going to take me down.
You get hunted. Do you think we'll ever reach a place like that? We'll get hunted as humans. Probably. Is anything inevitable?
By other aliens? By aliens or other humans?
I mean, anything at all.
I think it's possible. Sure. Cannibalism? That's one of the things that people turn to in times of, like, no food.
Well, you got to think, I mean, until the day that the whole shit blows up, right? Could be hundreds of millions of years, could be a million years, could be a couple thousand years, whatever it's going to be.
Sure.
If it happens like lights out, like there's an implosion... Right. Or whatnot, then no one's prepared and no one sees it coming. But if there's even any type of a slow roll, like even if it happens over the course of a few hours, well, not a few hours, maybe not cannibalism. Well, no, I think over a few hours. I think if it gets into there's a percentage of people on the earth that if that kind of thing gets into their psyche, like a full on
catastrophe.
Yeah, or what's the word I'm thinking of? With the end of the world.
Like the apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Okay.
There's an apocalypse mentality, right? Like there's a percentage of people that'll just be like, fuck it. Like it'll free.
I'm gonna eat people.
It'll free the crazies. Yeah.
It'll definitely free the crazies. So you're saying there's people who are already inclined to
they're predisposed.
They want to do it, but they
might
can't.
not even know they want to do it.
Right.
I'm saying something comes on. This is a test. This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast system.
Right.
We all have 8 hours. There's going to be such what's that pie chart looking like?
It's pretty red. I'd be more concerned about the rape. I think a lot of people would turn to rape very quickly.
Eesh.
I think there's a lot of dudes out there who like would just be like, "Fuck it, the world's gonna end in a week. I'm just gonna do what I want."
Oh my God.
Yeah, that if I had like a daughter.
But what about people that we generalize as evil? Like terrorists, which are like they're fighting for a cause. They might not be doing it in a way that,
Right.
I mean, some people say that, like, obviously a terrorist is doing that because they think that's the only way that they can get the attention and get the, it's a power play, right? So
Sure.
they might not. But then again, you have to be a certain type. Who knows? You got to be driven to that point. Those people now, their plight, their quote unquote self-proclaimed plight, is up.
Well, I don't know, because mainly you're talking about religious zealots, right?
Yeah.
I think they find a way to turn the apocalypse into justification of everything they've done. I think it's their whatever's happening. If it's an asteroid, if it's a fucking sun's about to explode,
Right.
that's
The coming
their
of what
God's
happened.
will, right? I think that they find. Bet you like the real crazies find some sort of peace in it.
Right, which is my point, which is the people that we are generally considered evil.
Sure.
Maybe they're not even there's no long game for them anymore. So they're not.
Right.
I mean, what are they gonna? I mean, like I think it's like just the crazies
Right.
that like are gonna be like, well, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like I think most of the population will just be like, do exactly what you assume, right? Go huddle up with some fam.
Drugs.
Oh wow, you're really thinking the other way around.
Well,
you think most of the population is gonna get high?
I think.
Oh,
that-
how do you got to medicate yourself?
I think you got 2 weeks. Let's say an asteroid.
Oh, you're doing 2 weeks.
Oh,
2
well,
weeks
what do
is
you
different than 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours. Oh, 8 hours now.
Well, let's talk about the differences.
Okay.
8 hours is definitely going to bring much more.
8 hours is family and loved ones. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree with you there.
Oh, see. Okay.
2 weeks.
I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking 8 hours will bring out the crazies even more.
Well, I thought we were talking about ourselves.
Oh, ourselves. Well, I'm not gonna.
No. I just thought I thought you had segued into what would we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so but 2 weeks too, man. I wouldn't do a goddamn thing. I would literally get under one roof with my family and stay with them for 2 weeks.
I want to do that.
Really?
No, I don't have
What is that phone call like when your mom's like, you want to come over tonight?
I'll be like, yeah, I will, Ma. I got to be honest. Like, I want to try some heroin. I want to smoke a lot of weed, and I want an orgy or two. I just want to dive into a fucking like.
But you would really you wouldn't tell her that, but you would really.
I probably wouldn't tell her that.
Would you really go for that?
Yeah.
You would 2 weeks after you try heroin?
Yes.
What's the point? Just to experience it?
Yeah. I want to, because they say the first time you use heroin is like the best time.
Really?
So I would just shoot off. I just rock it off, and then just find like you would go on Craigslist, and it would just be like end of the world orgy tonight. Come on by, and like people would be going. I would head in, just like one.
I see you with the orgy, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously there's people out there with some real heroin problems. Like
Sure, but they got started for a reason.
yeah, they get started.
Yeah,
for a reason,
that first shot of it's awesome. I'm not a drug guy, so I think that it would be a useful way to spend. Because look,
Yeah, but what if you then get addicted? It's the most addictive thing in the world. You get addicted to it, and then your last 2 weeks is spent sitting down in a corner.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think
You don't think so, huh? Talk to these other people that.
no, because there's so much more to do. It would be think about it. Like you would be like, there's nothing you could write nothing you do will last. The Beatles are going to be gone. All the artwork in the world gone. Your favorite movie gone. New York City gone.
No,
McDonald's gone.
every single thing besides human experience loses its value.
Sure,
Essentially,
that's right.
even your photos or your
Nothing
most
you
valuable
do.
prized
Right.
possessions, which are your photos or your keepsakes, your memories.
Right.
Those are, everything's gone. So it's just human experience.
Sure, and that's only lasting for 2 more weeks.
That's only lasted too much. So I probably think that besides getting under one roof with my family and just having some laughs
Sure.
and maybe eating some food and just like expressing love, I could see myself shooting a lot of guns. Not at people.
Just doing it.
Just for fun, not even in a reckless way, but I just feel like you ever like get hold of a paintball gun in like a non-paintball gun situation. You know what I mean? Like the liberating feeling of it.
Yeah,
Like,
there's something to it.
Yeah, like because you can now. I mean, if really everything, I'll just like literally just like go shoot an abandoned building up or something, but just have that like Rambo moment.
You'd give like a gun to your niece to shoot because who gives a fuck, right? Like
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sure.
God forbid. No.
Let the kid fire off a few rounds.
No, did you see this guy at a shooting range recently? He died?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, it was like wherever shooting was legal, even for kids.
Okay.
There's like an all age shooting range. This instructor gave this, it's online. It's literally online.
This is going to be depressing. I don't want to see a kid get hurt.
No, the kid's not hurt. Okay. She shot the instructor. He's dead.
Oh, well, that's funny.
She gave him a gun. He gave her a gun. She was like a 10-year-old girl. Right. Not even, maybe like 8. And he's showing her how to do it. Blah, blah. I think she maybe shoots one. The video cuts off because they don't show it. It says moments later, she accidentally fired the gun, shot him. He died.
That's hard.
So that's what happens when you're in a legalized area with a gun professional that gives a kid a gun. Like,
sure, but I bet you in the grand scheme of things, a lot more 10-year-olds have fired guns without hurting people than that one person that did.
Yeah, but you have it 2 weeks. You want to spend, okay, let's say the same thing happens in your family, right?
Sure.
You give your nephew,
sure,
whoever, you give someone a gun that's young.
Yeah.
They accidentally shoot one of your brothers.
2 weeks left to go?
Yeah, are you like, fuck, all right.
Yeah, I guess I am. Well, I got to put my nephew down. It goes without saying that I can't have a little murderer running around. So I'd have to put him down.
No, but what is your feeling if you're in the last week of a 2-week run and you guys are really experimenting and an accident happens where your brother gets shot by an errant bullet?
I would feel
Are you like, oh my God, you're trying to save him. He goes.
Yeah.
Are you mourning the same way? Think about it.
Not the same way, no.
You're not mourning the same way because you know in 7 days you're all gone.
That's right.
So you're just disappointed.
Well, I feel bad that I robbed him of the 2 weeks, and my nephew's probably upset, so I also robbed him of the 2 weeks.
Well, think about your nephew's last 2 weeks.
I know.
Ooh.
That's why you got to put him down.
You accidentally shoot your brother.
Yeah, he does.
Are your last 2 weeks? What is the percentage that is? What's the percentage that is a bummer instead of your brother living for the last 2 weeks? Is it 100%? You are you're inconsolable.
No, I think I could still pull some enjoyment out of the last 2 weeks. I think I could.
You could turn it around.
I think so,
and still have enjoyment knowing you accidentally shot your own brother.
I feel I would be like, I got to do it for Jimmy, man. I gotta do it for Jimmy. I got like a T-shirt made up that said "Do it for Jimmy." And
you think that the screen printing place is open?
I think
you're going to go on Threadless.com and order a T-shirt and then get expedited shipping.
Maybe I'm going to
pay for 2-day shipping so you can have it for the last 10 days.
Maybe I would get a Sharpie up and just get like a "Do it for Jimmy" T-shirt.
Yeah, and then what do you even do? Do you just leave his body there? You put like you wrap it in ice? You're not gonna pay them money. Nothing. There's nothing available anymore. There's no funerals.
There's no services. No.
So anybody who's dying that last 2 weeks, that's it.
That's it.
It's just gonna.
I'd probably put him under like a rock pile, like they did in the Old West.
Dig it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
I like how you assumed it's Jimmy.
Well.
Telling.
I had dinner with my younger brother Danny the other night, so I can't imagine killing him. I haven't seen Jimmy in a few weeks. Yeah.
Would it be the best of times and the worst of times? It would just be the worst of times.
You'd have to be careful because anybody with a grudge against you may be like, I can kill him.
Isn't it weird how one fact,
right?
One unbelievable fact becomes reality.
Right.
And that fact, that singular fact, is all it takes to flip humanity on its edge.
Sure.
Isn't it insane?
And you know what's even weirder? If you think about it on a long enough timeline, there's no difference between an asteroid hitting the Earth in 2 weeks or our natural lifespan. Like, if you pull back to 1 million years, or billions, like we're all dead anyway. Right. We're all living under the threat of death at any moment anyway. We just write it off.
Sure, dust in the wind.
Yeah.
Right.
So really, it's the repercussions. That's what stops people from shanking and killing.
Right. It is Monday. We're coming at you live on this nice, gloomy Monday morning. No, it's funny. I think that I think that it would be such a, oh my God, such a, like a seesaw of constant emotion. It'd be physically draining.
Yeah.
It'd be physically draining, you know, to just, cause also like everything that's going to go on around you outside. Like, I think there would be like bouts of like unbelievable, generosity and like
Sure.
quote unquote miracles in a positive way going on.
Yeah.
In juxtaposed with the most heinous things as well. It would be something else. Like, do you think you think it wouldn't be safe to leave the house
I don't think it would be that's.
in the United States?
There's no cops, you know what I mean? Like, there's none of that shit.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
But think about it. Okay, so really it's just physical harm because so what? So there's no cops, so looting. So what? No one's gonna loot. You don't need a television. You don't need they're gonna be looting for food? Not really. I mean, you get 2 weeks. It's not like, oh my God, get food to survive.
Yeah.
So what is the play? Even the most hardened criminal or whatever is just gonna be like, well, what am I getting out of this? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I know I wouldn't want to hurt anybody, but that I think there are people who would want to hurt people who just would want to experience like power and violence.
Isn't it crazy that would only manifest itself with that one fact that the world is ending? Right. So that means those people are predisposed to doing that or walk amongst us all over the place.
Sure.
Which we already knew, but to talk about it, it actually is kind of like eye-opening. Yeah.
And we live in a highly populated area too. We would have problems because
out of 100 people, we surveyed 100 people from the neighborhood.
Sure.
But what is the number that you think is predisposed to going on a killing spree if it's the apocalypse?
No, I don't think a killing spree. I don't think.
But what do you think? How many of them are gonna immediately gravitate toward deviant behavior?
Well, deviant how? Shooting heroin and sex or
no criminal behavior?
Criminal behavior. Probably not many, but enough to be scary. 15 out of 100.
That's high. I was thought it was going to be less.
Yeah.
15% of the population is going to immediately go to a criminal behavior.
I think teenagers, kids, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not living in like a that type of I'm short on words today. What's that word? It's like teens are running wild in the future. It's like fuck it. Anyway.
Okay.
I gotta take some ginkgo biloba.
Dystopian?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I think that like
because there's gonna be a lot of.
I think teens will just be like, I want to go see my family.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating the anger that a lot of people would have. Anger that their life is ending, that they're not going to get to experience certain things, that they're the ones who are dealing with this. I think a lot of people would be like, I'm getting robbed of a life and experiences.
And so I'm going to take that out on who?
Yeah, but you could couple that with stupid people, of which there are a lot of stupid people.
Oh, there's half the people stupid.
Sure. Yeah. So I think that people would snap. I think something in them would snap. I don't think it'd be safe.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband.
That's
right. They're raping everybody out there.
I would feel so bad. Did you see that video about a woman walking around Manhattan? Did you see this?
The catcalling thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch it or no?
Yeah.
It's fucking harrowing, man. I felt really bad for the woman in the video.
Yeah, some were weird. Yeah. Some were like, what are you going to do? Some
didn't seem offensive.
Some I can make the argument for how do you meet a new person?
Sure. All right,
but the ones that were weird were like the ones that were slightly aggressive or disrespectful, or the one the guy tails her for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird, yeah. It's weird because he's imposing himself on her.
Yeah, why are you making
in
that
a fear-driven manner? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like a I don't know. It's just I think it's just probably a warped sense of like a sexual disposition or an initiation of like a flirty. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's terrifying.
Like people that were like hi.
Yeah, I don't even know why they put that in the video.
Yeah.
Like so you're not allowed to say hi to a person?
Right,
that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it was divided.
But every girl I've ever been with, has told me like walking
Same.
around as a woman is just horrible.
Same, yeah.
They hate it, and they're like I changes how I dress. It changes how like I just because every time I go out, I know I'm going to be dealing with fucking dudes who just don't know when to fucking let up.
I guess it's perspective because I've also heard girls be like, they like the attention or it makes them feel pretty, but the opposite.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, where it lies, but I mean, if someone, I mean, I've seen it too. Like people, if a girl walks by and they're like, "Hey, beautiful." I guess it really comes from the source. Like if someone stopped you and said, "Hi, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I just want to let you know you're beautiful. I hope it brightens your day."
Right.
I don't know. Like, does someone take, "Hey, you don't get to tell me when I'm beautiful. Fuck you." Like, what if a woman wants to tell a man he's handsome?
Well, I think the problem is, I think the problem with, I think someone who would say that they don't want any of that attention would be like, well, you can't really say that because men don't deal with what women deal with. So it's such an anomaly for a woman to come up to a dude and be like, "Hey, I think you're handsome."
Really? Oh shit! You have to see what it's like being me, man.
Yeah, you just deal with it all day.
No. I don't know if it's ever happened in my life.
Yeah. Whereas women, not only are those guys in that video were fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I think they deal with that a lot more than fucking a rich debonair millionaire being like, "Well, I just want to tell you, I find you quite fetching." Like, I don't think it happens like that. I think it's just like, "Oh, mom, yeah. What's up? Shake that ass."
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
But,
speaking of ass,
yeah.
What's up with that Kim Kardashian thing?
It's the first time I ever found her attractive.
Think there's any Photoshop in that?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
No human looks like that.
I don't mean smoothing out the skin. I mean the actual body curvature.
I think the one with the champagne bottle going overhead to her ass. I think 100%.
Yeah.
The one with just her giant oiled up ass.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I've never found her attractive, but that I was like, whoa. I was like, that looks good.
I wrote actually I commented on that. Here we go. I wrote I tweeted let me see. I saw that on my fucking Twitter. Fuck you. I watched Scream this week.
The first Scream?
Scream 1 and 2. I would have watched all 4. I'd never seen 3 and 4.
Okay.
I watched it. I turned it on. I've always loved the first Scream. I think it's a classic.
Is it dated now? Because it's a real 90s movie.
It's Screams holds up. It's so good.
Really?
Yeah. But there's this part, and I found out it was in Scream 2, unless he does it in both. But when Jamie Kennedy is on the phone with the killer, and he's just like, at one point, he's like, "Fuck you!" It's like right before he dies. It's so fun. It's so funny.
He dies in a van, right, Randy?
He dies in a van. Yeah.
And they brought it. You never saw the third one?
No, but I think Jay and Silent Bob are in it, right? Is that the one?
I think they're in it for a second.
They got like weird,
yeah. He's they got him back in the third one through the same way that they had Jigsaw back. He made a tape, and he's like, "If you're hearing this tape, I'm dead." So they got him in the third one. Like he sent.
So Jamie Kennedy's in
for like one scene.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but he mailed the tape to them.
I thought the second one was kind of really cool because it was like this meta thing where like her story became like publicized and then became sensationalized. Then they made a movie based on it. Then there was a copycat killer. Right. And then I thought it was good, but it didn't play as good as the first one.
Well, the end of the fourth one, as I recall, is atrocious. An atrocity. Atrocity, yeah.
Which is what you were doing there.
It's one of the worst endings to a series I've ever seen.
Really?
When they tie the whole mythology together.
Oh, they tried to do that?
You're just like, woof. You're like, that
was a stretch and a half.
It was a bad choice.
I looked because Wes Craven, is it Wes Craven?
Wes Craven, yeah.
He directed all 4, and Kevin Williamson wrote all of them except one of the 2 middle ones. Okay. So you would think that, I guess at that point you're just really reaching.
Dude,
but I enjoyed that. The first one is it's funny, it's scary.
Really?
The first one?
I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh, it's so good.
You know, MTV's making a series. A Scream television series.
No.
You don't know about this?
No idea.
So they're making a Scream television series. They're bringing it back. Kevin Williamson's involved. They're all like getting back, and they don't want to pay for because they don't own that mask. this company called Fun World does.
Yeah.
And Fun World licenses them the right. MTV doesn't want to pay for the licensing, so they're making another. They're not using the mask.
They're not. They're gonna go with that. They're not gonna use the iconic.
They're not going to do it. They said they just did an interview the other day where the producer of the show said we want to evolve the killer mask into something else and blah blah blah.
I mean, they just don't want. But they've already
don't wanna
stated
pay.
publicly they don't want to pay.
No, they didn't say that, but that's what it's just
right.
it's the fucking. That's between the lines, left and right.
What happened to that chick? The what's her name? She was an actress. She stopped acting.
What's her name? Not Courtney.
Sydney.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
She was in like Wild Things, right?
She was in Wild Things. Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of her since. I didn't even know there was a Scream 4. Was that theatrically released?
Yeah.
Shit.
It wasn't. All right, here we go.
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell.
She just like kind of disappeared. For all I know, I mean,
she was a Party of Five, right?
Right.
Let's look at her.
Yeah. She was.
Well, she's 41 now.
Okay, so
that actresses have a different.
No.
Of course.
No.
That's the famous thing.
Not
You
if
know?
you're a good actress.
Of course.
The famous thing, really?
Sure. What there are no roles.
There's
for
only
women
some break on through to the other side.
On through, yeah.
Really? That's horrible.
Of course, it's horrible.
But wait, you mean I think that's for all actors. Like if
Well,
you're not
Scream 4 was released in 2011?
Stop.
That can't be right.
Then it wasn't theatrically. It couldn't have been. Wouldn't we have?
Directed by Wes Craven, produced, written by Kevin Williamson.
Yeah, I looked this up the other day.
2011.
It had to be straight to video.
It's not, dude. I'm telling you, I saw it in theaters.
How could I not remember that?
It made over $100 million.
No, it didn't.
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So there was a Scream 4 3 years ago that was a smash hit. I have no knowledge of it at all.
Yeah.
Wait, how's that possible? It went up against Saw?
Holy shit. Maybe I didn't see this. I had to see it. I wouldn't not go see it.
But you knew the ending.
Maybe it's the ending of Scream 3, I'm thinking.
I'm telling you, Scream 3 was a convoluted fucking abortion.
Let me look up the plot for Scream 3. This is crazy, dude.
We need to watch Scream 4.
We do need to watch Scream 4.
I watched Scream 1 and 2 the other night, and it was commercials too. It was on like the USA Network or some shit. And I stuck it out. And then I, as 2 was ending, I was like, this wasn't good. And I was still like, I hope they play 3. I hope they play 3. And it was like 11:30 at night. I was like, I will do it. I will stick it out. And then they didn't. They switched to like something else.
Let me see.
This is what I wrote about Kim Kardashian while you're looking that up.
Okay.
Because the thing was, she wants to break the internet. Right?
Yes.
So I wrote.
She didn't succeed, right?
Well, what do you mean?
She didn't break the internet.
Well, I guess that was just like a nice way to coin the.
Oh, I
photo.
thought like they wanted to bring down a website. Like they would be happy if 1,000 fucking million people went to their website and they actually broke them.
Oh, like the paper website?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't know it was literal, but I just thought she was like, wow, the internet's going to go crazy over this. So I wrote, if by the internet, Kim Kardashian meant young girls' self-esteem and perception of how the world works, then yes, definitely it worked. And then as soon as I wrote that, I just had like tons of people just like, right on ya. You know, like, she's disgusting. She's horrible. Way to go. Like,
Okay.
this is, you nailed it on the head, which I did believe that. But then I also believe this, which is what I wrote right after it. 10 minutes later. Also, if by the internet, Kim Kardashian meant my penis, then yes, that worked as well.
So by saying that, you're saying it didn't work for you?
No, I meant that I beat the hell out of my penis. Till it broke.
Oh, wow. It's a great ass shot, man. You got to give it to her.
It'll go down in the books if you like it or not. I mean,
It's a hell of an ass shot.
they did like a whole bunch of immediately, all the copycat, all the like parodies come out. They did like a bunch of guys doing it. It's grotesque. She was getting into like a black dress or taking a black dress off.
Yeah.
But it was like, you couldn't really tell. It looked like I had a great tweet, but I figured out it's probably mean, like fitting that she's getting into a trash bag. It looked like she was getting into it. But I don't really I don't know. I'm caught in the middle of how I feel about it.
Speaking of movies,
Yeah.
I want to say it on the show now so that we do it. But we got reached out to by Universal.
Did we say this?
No, we didn't.
We've never said this yet.
Never said this.
You positive?
Positive.
Okay, here we go. This is big news, people.
Someone at Universal, a listener of What Say You, and I don't have the email in front of me, so I can't credit you yet. But believe me, you will be fully credited. Reached out to Declan, and said, "Hey, I work at Universal. I'm a fan of What Say You. I know the guys have been talking about doing this Fast and the Furious marathon. If the guys come through on it and do the Fast and the Furious marathon,
Yes.
Universal will set up a sneak peek of the 7th film."
For What Say You listeners exclusive.
That's right.
Before it is released to the public.
Right. I'm assuming in New York. Although for this time I fly to LA.
Right.
So we have to get on it and we have some time because Fast and Furious 7 doesn't open until April.
Yeah. So we're thinking about rifling through it on the Christmas break, right?
Yeah, doing 2 episodes in a sitting, and release 3 podcasts based around that.
I mean, here's the tough thing.
Can we trash it if we hate it?
Yeah.
We have to shoot straight. I don't think we're going to though, dude. I think we're going to love it.
No, I think we're going to love how parts of it are. There's no, I mean, is there any part of the population that doesn't believe they're like campy?
No, I think that's what they're known for.
Right. So really we're just kind of, you don't want to say this, it's so bad it's good. It's that, right?
I don't even think it's so bad it's good. I think they've made fun movies.
They're fun movies that have some
ridiculous.
Horrible acting.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
There's definitely cool moments,
Right.
but there's like a lot of bad acting and a lot of right? But like, I don't know. I guess we have to do it in a way that we are not censored at all.
I think we just do what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then if at the end of it, that offer is still on the table, then we do it.
Right.
And if not, then we go ahead with our original plan of doing it in like Union Square, Manhattan.
Correct.
But I thought that was really cool. I thought that was something. Holy fuck, you have 8 bottles of Jameson. I just looked at Sal's counter. Holy shit.
Let's keep that between us. No, actually,
Full bottles of Jameson. I have the same thing because fans bring you bottles. And in the nugget one too. Tracy got us the nugget one.
one in there.
How many bottles is that?
So Jameson, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 bottles. Because now when we go to shows, people just bring us bottles of Jameson.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have one of them that I bought for my home.
Right.
And then we get them from people that know we love Jameson.
Right.
And then sometimes like we'll have it backstage and I'll take it home.
Right.
Or something like that.
Right.
But
That's a lot of Jameson.
yeah, you're welcome to have one if you want.
I have the same exact thing in my house. Yeah. So what was I say?
Fast Furious?
Oh, Fast and Furious. So that is look, Sal and I have blown a lot of opportunities. We've gotten some things right. We did the Gallagher thing. We've done meetups here and there.
We did Gallagher. We've done meetups. Yeah.
Right. We know we've dropped the ball on a lot of things. Honestly, we need a producer. This is something we talk about off the air.
We had a meeting this week to get us a producer to start helping with the show, so we can make more of our we could produce more of our ideas and for the show and things like this Fast and Furious thing, or just wrangling the occasional guest, or setting up the occasional meet and greet, or even just prepping the material we need to do the show that week. Like sometimes it takes a little bit of like prep work.
Right.
So that's so we've had a meeting for that, and a meeting also to get possibly some sponsorship on board.
Sure.
Which would give us a little lateral, like give us a little leeway.
Well, to invest in the show.
Yeah.
Like not to make money off it, but we do want to upgrade.
Put back in the show.
Yeah, put back in the show.
Yeah.
Because the merchandise, which was our original plan,
well, we want to have someone help us with that too. There's going to be a nice evolution in the coming few months.
Yes.
We're going to be banging on all cylinders. We're going to be cooking with butter.
That's right. Some live shows, which we would have done already, but they turns out, and rightfully so, our manager, the Tenderloins manager, said, It's great. We support it. We want you to do live shows. You can't do it in a way that cannibalizes the Tenderloins
Of course
audience. And we would never want to do that. That's, the Tenderloins is our thing. It's our baby. We don't ever want to hurt that in any way or take away from James and Joe at all. So that's a little trickier than we thought. So it's about timing and marketing, but we're working on that as well.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of business going
two
on.
different beasts, though. The podcast show with us, too, and the pricing and the venues and this and that are I don't think it'll take away from our big tour, but we will be very mindful of it. Figuring it out.
Sure.
What is the fastest you've ever gone in a car? That's my alarm to take my medication.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you need to take your medication?
38 years old.
Okay.
Just reminding me.
Fastest I've ever gotten in a car.
Yeah.
I haven't. I know you've done the.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I meant in the streets, but.
Probably on the Jersey Turnpike. I probably got it up to 110.
Wow. Okay.
I've done over 100 on my motorcycle.
I wouldn't do that, buddy.
I did it. I just wanted to open her up.
Yeah.
It was on a straightaway.
Yeah.
I got it. Usually I keep the motorcycle top 75.
Yeah.
Even on the expressway. But one time there was just a wide open thing, and I was like, it's only 25 miles per hour.
What's that like, going 100 on a bike? Way different than a car, right?
For me, it was scary.
Yeah,
because I know there are guys that just do it every day and they don't give a fuck. On Highland Boulevard, you see those assholes on the ninjas do it.
Yeah.
They do the wheelies and shit like that. I look at them like fucking complete brain dead tools.
Yeah.
It was scary, man.
Yeah.
Because it's not the control, because there's not much of a difference between a bike going 75 and a bike going 100. The bike doesn't shake or shimmy. It's still pretty smooth. But there's a mental thing that says, if I get a blowout right now, or a deer runs out, or anything, there's a probability of me surviving is 100% zero.
Right.
So that's something I don't enjoy.
0%.
Well, 100% is zero.
You take whatever route you want to get there. I'm just trying to give you the shortest route.
Listen, 100% of the time, it's going to be 0%.
110. Yeah, 110 in a car. I think I've done 120 in a car.
Yeah.
Not often.
Sure.
One time on the Richmond Parkway, but I think I've only done it like 3 times in my life. Same exact fears creep into your head at 120 in a car for me.
Sure.
And I, but you just want to, feel what the hell.
Sure. You want to see what this car can do.
First of all, these cars, most cars have their speedometers go up to like 120, 140, 160.
Right.
Like sporty cars like a BMW,
Sure.
or even I think even Accord is like V6. I think it goes up to like 160.
I think my Wrangler tops out at 120 or something like that.
Yeah. But I wonder if that is just for show, or that car can live somewhere in that area if it wanted to.
I think
you can drive an Accord 155 miles an hour. Like, it's not just going to explode?
I bet you could. Sure. Why would it explode?
Well, I wonder what the average speed is on the Autobahn. The Autobahn.
Let's check that out.
Because there's no speed limit, but I think that in a weird way polices itself. I think that people are just like, all right, we'll do on 90, but don't be an asshole. And everyone's doing it.
I think that's the way to go. Because that's what you do anyway.
Did you see they lowered like a large percentage of the roads on Staten Island to 25?
25.
Do you know what 25 is?
It's.
I was doing 20. I'm not kidding you. I was doing 20 yesterday because I noted it because a bird whizzed by. A bird lapped me while I was doing 20 miles an hour.
Yeah. They're saying the average Autobahn is in the 80s.
80s.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, but that's probably what it is on these highways.
That's what I never drive less than 70 miles per hour when I'm in Jersey driving around.
I don't go above 70-ish.
I usually around 75. I try to keep it within 10 miles per hour of the speed limit.
It's not me. I would love to go 80, 85, but my luck is I will get literally, I will get pulled over and then have the cop that puts a plunger up my asshole. Like Abner Lewin. I'm not even afraid of the points on my license. I'm afraid of getting raped with a stick in my ass because
please lower your window, sir. Lower your window. Can't help but notice you were doing 70 and a 65.
Wow.
Going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Fucking Nugget with the cop with the helmet on and the fucking sunglasses.
What is it? Like a police highway patrol Nugget.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You know where this is going, big boy.
Fucking nugget, bro.
But I did race cars recently.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't race cars, but I did this car racing quote unquote experience that they do. And I went with my dad.
Oh. We may have to pause it. Okay, we're recording again. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. We had to take a little bit of a break. Business called, as they say. Did they say that, Sal?
Duty calls, right?
Duty calls, that's right. We had to do some of the business end of Impractical Joker stuff. But we're back, and we're going to end strong, I think, for our...
Well, here we go. The much anticipated fate,
right,
of the Wilkes-Barre thief.
Yes.
Murray is just a regular guy trying to like the way he looks. This person came in.
That's right.
$1,200 later. Still, now Murray doesn't want to press charges.
No.
And I think that this young thief lady is fortunate because I think at a certain dollar amount, it's a felony. And at that $1,200 price tag from Men's Warehouse, this is behind bars. This is jail time.
Now
I got to be up front. My hoodie was in the $24.95 area.
Right.
It was an Old Navy hoodie. Now, I don't know. Now, for those of you that have not listened to last episode 42 of What Say You, this is it in 30 seconds in a nutshell. On tour in Pennsylvania, a young intoxicated lady broke backstage and stole James Murray's sport coat and my hoodie.
Right.
She escaped, and we would have never found her if it were not for our loyal fans who heard and witnessed her. One of them got her name. Some of them got photos of her. We were able to track her down through through technology, the amazing, like ever-changing technological advances that we've had. We tracked her down through Twitter and Facebook. We located her. We called her up. Murray shook her down, and she claimed to be very sorry, but we'll never know if that's true.
Sure.
Because...
Well, we don't know whether she was sorry she got caught.
Right.
Or...
No, she says in the letter that she sent us a letter.
Right.
And she sent us our stuff the next couple days later.
Okay.
And she said she was sorry. She didn't know what she was doing. Now, the question will always remain. If she was never caught, would Murray's suit jacket be in a frame above her fireplace?
Right.
And she would be high-fiving people and telling that story for ages to come.
Sure.
In her world. I don't know. I don't know if that's that exciting, but regardless, I was upset with it. I felt like she did something. I felt like she got away with it. She would have gotten away with it if it weren't for our awesome friends that contacted us.
Sure.
And I feel that I voiced to you and our listeners that I thought that she should suffer some type of repercussion.
Sure.
I don't want it to be anything crazy, but I am unaware of the penal and judicial system in the United States and in Wilkes-Barre.
Well, you know why you don't know, Sal? Do you know why you don't know?
Why?
Because you're not a criminal.
That's right.
There's no need for you to know.
No.
You don't go around... I certainly, no murders or rapes on record.
No.
I could tell you for a fact that you haven't broken into a performer's room and stolen their clothing.
That's correct. Yeah. And I haven't done what Murray's done, which is he's walked into stores and shoplifted.
That's right.
He walked into a store in Italy and stole a Swatch watch.
Sure.
This is your friend. This is you people that you like. You met James Murray. You like this. He's a thief. And Joe has admitted to stealing things.
We were on stage last night and they told these stories. Right.
Blew my mind.
Right.
Like we got to talking, hey, has anyone ever stolen anything?
Sure.
And Murray's like, I used to steal stuff all the time.
Yeah,
and I said,
did.
like what? And he said, well, one time I was in Italy, I walked into a place and stole a Swatch watch.
Sure.
And I was speechless.
Right.
I couldn't believe it because I just don't get why. Because you could afford the watch.
You could afford it.
And if you get caught, that is like the
it's not a good look.
The risk versus the reward here. I mean, nothing against Swatch, but
he said that, and he's done it recently. I haven't stolen anything when I used to work at Blockbuster. I used to rob that place blind.
Right.
Blind. But I haven't stolen anything in many years.
I think that people's perceptions of theft, I think a lot more people are thieves and don't know it, because even if you take an extra Post-it or a couple pens from work, you're stealing.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever. You not only stole from Blockbuster, you stole from basically the WGA, SAG.
Sure.
But honestly, I don't consider that too huge of an offense. Taking from Blockbuster, you probably did some work that you maybe thought that they owed you for.
Yeah, I could justify it any way I want.
You could justify it any way you want. All right, but
I don't even illegally download music or movies.
Right.
Yeah.
But
now I'm on the straight and narrow.
Right, but you knew if there was a DVD or a tape, I should say, a tape, right? Or no? Did you use DVDs or tapes?
Everything. I stole.
No, but were you at Blockbuster for DVDs or VHS?
I was there for definitely VHS. I think the start of the DVD.
Oh, so you were out before the DVD even.
It was definitely video cassettes were what I was dealing with.
Amazing.
And
how did you guys enforce the rewind?
We didn't. There was no. I think they tried to after I left did a rewind fee, but we never did it.
I would balk in the face of a rewind fee.
You know what I gotta say? I really hated that job.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Two things. Okay, a couple things. One, did you have to rewind them? Did you ever be...
This is what I was about to tell you. We had rewinders behind the thing, and there was something about the process of getting a tape, putting in the rewinder, rewinding it that I enjoyed. Like I found it.
It's like a
Zen thing. Yeah. You slap me.
You're righting a wrong.
Flap them down. Yeah. You hit record, and it was like.
It's immediate gratification.
Click when it ended.
And you're like, I did something.
Now this copy of Baby, Legend of the Lost Dinosaur, I can put on the fucking shelf, and everybody's okay.
I would always rewind, and I would be annoyed when I got one that was not rewound.
Right.
Because back in the day, like there was some VCRs were a really slow rewind.
Sure.
Like 5 minutes.
Right.
That's a lot.
It's annoying. Of life.
But I would venture to say you knew when something wasn't moving or wouldn't be missed.
Well, no, I used to jack Nintendo systems, like straight up PlayStations. Like I would just fucking grab it and make a run for it. Yeah.
And there was no
sure, there was.
So you were in charge of inventory. You'd report a stolen Nintendo system, and that person was you.
And I knew where the cameras were, and I knew what I could snag and what I couldn't snag.
Oh, so this is like premeditated, planned out, as far as blocking, knowing where to go, where you're on camera, where you're not, how to write it off.
Yeah.
But how many Nintendo systems do you need?
Well, I needed a
PlayStation.
Well, I worked there, I think, for 2 Nintendo cycles, a GameCube, you know what I mean? But I would also, like, my buddy would want one, so I would just snag it and go and do it. Dude, it was like bad. It wasn't good.
Were you dealing in used systems? Is that what it was?
No, they had rental systems.
You could rent a system?
You could rent a Nintendo system.
You got to be shitting me.
No, you'd be.
And there was a market for that?
People rented them. People would have kids parties and rent a Nintendo system and then throw it on.
Oh, God, that doesn't seem like a viable market at all. The system itself is $79.99. I still have my receipt from purchasing my Nintendo in 5th grade with my confirmation money.
They would be in these black cases, like what we keep the podcasting equipment in.
Yeah,
and they would be locked on an arm with a lock in the end, and you'd have to take the lock off to slide the case off. But what I did was I would open them on the thing, and then just work the system out. So it was like in a V. And I would work the system out. And then
this is an off at closed hours.
Closed hours, yeah. The lights were off, so the cameras weren't affected.
Oh my God! So you were literally in there like an old school burglar.
I put on one of those masks, like a domino mask. Yeah, I was a piece of shit kid. I was a 17-year-old asshole.
You know, as far as the Hamburglar is concerned, he could have got away stealing way more burgers if he didn't dress like a burglar.
Yeah, I think he got off on it. I think that it wasn't the stealing, it wasn't the items, it was getting off on being the Hamburglar. You know, that was his identity, man.
But he really got off on burgers.
Yeah, but I think that but burgers at McDonald's back in the day were 40 cents.
Yeah, but you don't know where he's coming from. You don't know his situation, his upbringing. You don't know his financial situation.
I do know it's easier to steal $1 than it is to steal hamburgers from behind the register at McDonald's.
Well, no, but in his universe, he wasn't stealing. Was he stealing hamburgers from brick and mortar McDonald's?
Where else was he getting? Where else?
I thought there was a magical land where there was just burgers and stuff like that.
Well, if there
You're
is a
telling me
magical-
you're telling me all the characters from McDonald's live in a world where there are brick and mortar McDonald's?
Okay, well, let's go down your path then. So if they live in a world where Grimace and Mayor McCheese and everybody could just have all the burgers they want, why is this fucking asshole stealing burgers? Why is he the only one that's stealing burgers?
Hold on a second.
Okay, let's go.
This is ridiculous now.
like,
Hold on here.
okay, all right.
McDonaldland. McDonaldland was a fantasy world.
Okay.
Used in marketing. According to a lawsuit, it was based on the total concept and feel of Sid and Marty Krofft's H&R Puffin Stuff's television program.
Oh, so a direct ripoff.
McDonaldland was inhabited by Ronald and other characters. In addition to being an advertising, the characters were used as a basis for equipment in the playgrounds. McDonaldland and this is McDonaldland, man. Give me Hamburglar. Where are we, man?
Did you?
I typed Hamburglar. Hamburglar. I don't know why I'm...
Do you remember Mac the Knife?
Hamburger.
Did we talk about Mac the Knife before?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Mac the Knife was
we go.
we'll talk about it another time.
Here we go.
All right.
I got everything we need to know.
All right. What do you
All
got?
right. No, but we can go into Mac the Knife. All right. First of all, I got the lowdown on every motherfucking person here, and also Captain Crook. Who the fuck is this kid? A lot of thieves, man. A lot of. Oh, yeah, because there was also there was also my favorite ride in McDonaldland was, besides the ball pit, was when you went into the cop's cheeseburger mouth and it looked like jail.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the best thing. You climbed up in it.
Yeah,
and
it was
hung
like
out
a
in
round
there.
thing that you would crawl around in.
They really set up in the McDonald's world. Okay, this is a whole nother podcast right here, because in the McDonald's world, they really set up like a good and evil, right and wrong thing.
How fucking happy are they that whenever they made the hamburger, they made him a white guy?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, he was the one black character. He was a thieving hamburger.
Because it was made like,
right,
40, 50 years ago.
And then today they had commercials and the hamburger would come shuffling on.
Oh, they would have had to reimagine him completely. But there's so many characters I don't even know.
Like who? Tweety the Bird? Who's...
Okay. Tell me if you know all these. Tell me if you know them or don't.
Good.
Ronald McDonald.
Oh, clearly.
Hamburglar.
Of course.
Grimace.
Yes.
Mayor McCheese.
Yeah.
Birdie, the early bird.
She's the one with the yellow wings.
Yeah, dopey bitch, yeah. Captain Crook.
Captain Crook, I don't know.
The Professor.
Familiar sounding, but I don't know.
Officer Big Mac.
Yes, of course.
Fry Kids.
Yeah, Fry Kids were creepy as shit.
The hamburger. Aren't those the Fry Guys? Isn't Fry? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the name was later. This is how much I know. The name was later changed to the Fry Guys in 1983.
Okay.
Then the Fry Kids back again in 1987. Then female characters, the Fry Girls. All right, we'll get into it in a second.
Right.
The Hamburger Patch.
Yes.
Fictional city where hamburgers grew.
Okay.
See?
I remember
he didn't steal from brick and mortar establishments.
So then why is he stealing it all?
Trash cans. Talking twin trash cans.
I don't remember.
The Happy Meal Gang.
No.
Uncle O'Grimacy.
No, but it sounds vaguely racist.
Cosmic. An alien.
Yes,
Cosmic
I remember
MC.
him. Yes.
I do not. The McNugget Buddies.
Sure, but they were minor, right? They were
Bernice.
Wait. Hold on. Female Grimace type character?
A strange creature that was introduced in 1992. She ate inedible things like the script in the three-part
Okay.
Ronald McDonald was. I don't know who she is.
All right.
Vulture.
No.
Sunday.
No.
I Am Hungry.
No.
Griddler.
The Griddler?
The Griddler. Whoa.
Shit.
That's, I mean.
Stepping right in Batman's toes right there, but all right.
Yeah. Mike the Microphone.
No.
See what I'm saying?
All right. Well, listen.
Let me just get into Hamburglar. There's one little thing.
Oh,
right?
they have a fictional bio?
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Every one of these.
Okay, give us
has a bio, is what I'm saying. Hamburglar, a pint-sized burglar who first appeared in March 1971 and was one of the first villains on the commercials. He was dressed in a black and white hooded shirt and pants, a red cape, a wide-brimmed hat, and red gloves. His primary object, which should say objective, this is Wikipedia.
Sure.
His primary objective his primary object of theft, I'm sorry, I didn't read that, was hamburgers, hence his name. The character, like Grimace, started out as a villain. Hold on, did you know Grimace was a villain?
I didn't know Grimace was a
What?
villain.
Hold on a second. Okay. the character, like Grimace, started out as a villain, only he was old, had a long nose, gray hair, and was called the Lone Jogger. In some 1970s commercial, sporting a shirt that said Lone Jogger. That is like some straight up Central Park, like mug you, rape you shit.
Yeah, that is weird.
Hamburglar spoke in gibberish, which was often translated by Captain Crook. He was revised in 1985 when his look changed from a troll-like old man. He was originally a troll-like old gray-haired, big-nosed man with a shirt that said the Lone Jogger. What fucking marketing meeting did that come out of? That was like in 1967. Right, everybody was on mushrooms. Without a doubt. Why would that represent? Who is that reaching? Think about this. The Happy Meal, McDonaldland, the characters in and of themselves are made to appeal to children. And one of the things is a creepy old, big-nosed, white-haired, creepy man called the Lone Jogger who dabbles in criminal activity.
I can't find the picture of the Lone Jogger. Holy shit! There's a fucking slutty Hamburglar Halloween costume.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I kind of want to fuck a girl that's dressed like that.
You kind of want to?
Yeah, no.
Are you kidding me? I would go buy a burgers, fucking... I would just go to McDonald's, right? And just buy literally a sack of like 40 burgers. Right. Come back to the department, hide them everywhere.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Tries to put a little badge on your t-shirt or something like that. Have her running around trying to find the burgers.
Right.
Right? As soon as she finds one, you make her pay for it. You arrest her.
You get out your nightstick.
That's right.
Yeah. Where am I going to find in my life a girlfriend that fucking cool?
Oh, they're all out there.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all out there. What girl would say no to that? It's fun. So that's fun. That's fun. I want to do that just for the story, just to have it in my life. Yeah. I made a dress up as the Hamburglar.
All right.
I hid burgers all over the house.
I want to do it. It's all I want to do now.
Burgers all over the house, and then just like, all right, try and find the burgers. And then every burger you find, is it going to be a different consequence?
Right. Well, hold on. I think you got to revise it because she got to get caught finding the burger. If she gets the burger and gets away with it, you got to let her have that burger.
Right.
But if you catch her, that's where consequences come in.
All of it sounds good. I mean, that has to happen, right?
It has to happen.
Okay.
I tell you what, I don't want to have sex again unless that happens.
The next time I have sex, it will involve hamburgers from McDonald's. Actually, just throw this out there to all of you because you're probably listening and think it sounds good. If you're a guy or you're a girl listening, you want to surprise your boyfriend, or a guy listening and you want to spice them up, you want to do me a favor, have the conversation with your significant other. Say, this thing exists. It's online. Order it. Do us a favor. Tell us how the experience went.
Take a picture. Black, you don't have to show face.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to I don't know if we want to get X-rated photos circulating on our Twitter feed.
I do.
No, we have whatsayyoupod@gmail.com.
Is it pod or podcast?
I think it's pod.
Okay. It's on our website. Yeah, you're right. whatsayyoupod@gmail.com. That's
send them there, or just send them post or pre. It doesn't have to be X-rated.
Sure.
Or just send them along with the experience.
Right.
Email us your pictures, not of the, just if she's in the costume, if you're online at McDonald's buying the hamburgers for the deed, after it, a couple of chuckles, whatever you want to do. I'm mostly interested in hearing you type the pros, like type out how it went.
Right.
And we'll read the stories on the, listen to me. Great. You can't fucking lie.
Don't lie.
I'm going to weed out the lies. I can tell when you're lying. Don't sensationalize the story. If it went underwhelming, I want to hear it.
Sure.
If the whole place reeked of burgers, it wasn't sexy, you got chopped onions everywhere, I don't know what happened.
Sure.
Your girl turned out didn't look good as a burglar. I don't even know what happened.
Right.
Just tell us the real life story of what happened, and we will have a special
That's right.
dedicate to it. Now.
And I'll tell you what, is it horrifying if at one of our meet and greets a girl slips us a hotel room key and is like, just show up later, and then you walk in and she's dressed like a hamburger? Like, don't try and pull that, or try and pull that. I don't know where I stand with that.
I don't dabble there, man. But
none of us dabble there. But I'm just talking about for the how funny is it if a girl comes up to one of the meet and greets dressed like the Hamburglar and she just slides the key? That's fucking funny.
Touche. I mean, I'll shoot you straight. You're going to be alone with a lot of burgers, but
of course.
But you know, like, but it is it does show a certain spirit.
It does
that we appreciate.
It does.
He was revised in '85 when his look changed from a troll-like old man to a red-headed Dennis the Menace type child, who spoke and wore a shorter brimmed hat and black cape and yellow on the inside. His previously unintelligible muttering was "You're very much like the Hamburglar." Was now in the familiar robble robble. In the wacky adventures of Ronald McDonald, he took on a new sporty appearance wearing green goggles, a leather jacket. Actually, I am getting into this lore, this McDonaldland.
You really
lore.
sucked in.
I would love to watch cartoons, get any of the old, like, I'm sure they printed up like comics. I would love to see I would really love to see the full realization of this whole McDonald thing, the scope of when it started, when it ended, all the miscues they did, like the old man and stuff. I would love to get into this.
I'm just going to go on eBay right now and I'm going to type in ham.
He loves playing tricks on his friends, and he still loves burgers. The last appearance of Hamburglar was on television, where primetime commercials promoting the dollar menu. One spot featured the Hamburglar and Grimace with Cedric the Entertainer, and the final spot featured the Hamburglar with Venus and Serena Williams. From 1971 to 1992, Hamburglar was performed by 4'3" character Frank Delfino. He was the same guy.
Same guy?
He was performed by a 4'3" guy for 21 years. He was the same guy in every commercial. Why?
I'll tell you what.
The loyalty to this man.
But if someone works, you don't break it. This is what I just ordered for us on eBay, my friend. 2 Hamburglar drinking glasses.
Nice.
Highest bidder. I'll be getting them in about 6 hours.
I think the Hamburglar figured out life, really.
Yeah.
He had his fun. It was almost like he was facing the apocalypse, to bring it full circle.
That's right.
And he just decided to have like his hijinks didn't, like, he kept it. He found an area that was both criminal and fun,
sure,
but wasn't going to harm anyone.
Yeah, did he ever do any real jail time, this guy?
He lived his life like it was the apocalypse, right. Hamburglar.
The Hamburger apocalypse.
The character was voiced by Howard Morris. There you go. I mean, Frank Delfino. Let's see what this fellow looks like.
Well, no, let's call the thing because I gotta get going. We're over an hour.
Frank Delfino died in 1997 at the age of 86.
Oh, I didn't want to hear that.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean,
it's a sad end.
His life was stolen from him.
His niece shot him with a gun.
Oh, Jesus. He died of bone marrow cancer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Call the cops.
You know what? You spend your whole life, basically engulfing the mind of a criminal.
Right.
Those right. Negative thoughts are going to creep in.
That's right. It's like actually,
manifest
it's
itself.
Very similar to what happened to Heath Ledger when he played the Joker.
Oh, geez,
just couldn't get past the
a lot of people know about Heath Ledger. Not a lot of people know the story of Frank Delfino.
Right.
All right.
All right. So the Wilkes-Barre Police Department.
I know. I'm going to call them right now. Wait, hold on.
I got to be honest. I don't see this going very far.
I so also wanted to see why Grimace was what Grimace is and why he was a thief, but I understand you have to go. All right. I'll look that up on my own time. Right as soon as you walk out. Guys, it was a swell of support for the horrible thief at first. And it was the headline was, "Hey, she sent it back. She was drunk. We've all done drunk things. What say you free her?"
Sure.
And I couldn't believe, like, the first maybe 50 votes were 90% free her.
I did notice that. A lot
and
of people...
then the wave, the fist of justice came, and it was a title fight. So many people were like, jailer, jailer, jailer.
Really?
Now understand that jailer doesn't mean I'm sending her to jail.
Right.
But it just means whatever fate might lie ahead, we'll make the decision at that time. We're going to make the call and explain and see. If they say we can't do nothing,
right, so
be it. She won. If they say she gets a $50 fine, so be it. She's fined.
Sure.
If they say, yeah, we're going to throw her in jail, she needs a court date, I'll probably relinquish. I'll probably stop.
We don't want to go that far.
But I will tell you this. It was a back and forth. And in the end, What say you jail her?
Wow.
What say you jail her? Eked out.
Wow.
What say you free her?
I love that. I love that we have a vengeance-minded audience.
We have all walks.
Which, by the way, has been growing. We have good news. We looked at the numbers lately, and it has been a steady increase. So please continue to spread the word about us. It's working, and it's appreciated.
Yes. Appreciate that. So what I have now is I have the number to the local Wilkes-Barre Police Department.
Yes.
Which happens to be 0.2 miles from the scene of the crime.
Spitting distance.
And I am going to make this call.
Let's see what happens. I am fascinated by this. I can't wait to see it.
I am nervous.
I don't think you're going to get very far. They, the law enforcement, they don't have time for shenanigans.
They could be like, they don't even want to entertain my call. They hang up on me.
Sure.
They could think that I'm kidding around. I don't know how this is going to go. It could be humorous. It could be upsetting.
Right.
It could be funny, not jar. I don't know what, it could get serious.
Right.
I don't know. I might hang up in the middle of it. I don't know what's about to happen.
But let's find out. Let's discover it together.
Okay. Here we go. 0.2 miles. So what we're calling here is the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. And we're going to explain the situation.
Sure.
And I'm just going to feel out what the deal is on their end. Okay. I am nervous. But we'll see. I mean, and basically, you know, we may be pressing charges. We may be dropping charges, depending. Right. Here we go. Okay, block my number here, and then we'll end our call with a call to Wilkes-Barre.
Way to go.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Do we have to tell the cops that we're recording them? Fuck them. No, right? Fuck the police.
Fuck the police, man. No, I mean, I don't know. Are we committing a crime if we don't? I don't think you have to tell people you're recording them. Think about that.
I don't care.
They're recording us.
I don't care that much. Well, they always tell you when they're recording you.
We'll beep out anything that needs to be beeped out. I'm not telling the girl's name and nothing like that. And but what if they want to know who we are?
Listen, if you're,
I can't say who am I. That's not important. Then they'll discredit me. I'm gonna have a real conversation right now.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens.
All right. I don't even know. I want to tell them.
Accepting blocked calls. To complete this call, you can use the operator, a calling card, or unblock your number.
Oh, shit. Well, that raises the stakes. You got to call. You can't have all this buildup and not call.
Yeah, I mean,
you're a law-abiding citizen. It's no problem. Call.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I am a law-abiding citizen.
You're asking about a crime that was committed against you.
That's right.
There's nothing. What you're doing is what citizens are supposed to do.
You're right.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
City Police.
Hi, I have a question, and I'm not sure. I think I might have a situation where I can press charges on someone, but
Can you hang on 1 second?
Sure. That's Wilkes-Barre. Learning stuff.
I thought it was Wilkes-Barre, yeah.
Wilkes-Barre, I thought it was.
Wilkes-Barre?
They sound like they don't have that shit together.
They hung up on you? What if there was someone in the house?
That was odd.
What if there's
I think
in the house?
What sounded like was that she didn't know how to work a fucking phone.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
I mean, I'll call
what?
Hi, I was the guy that was about to.
What say you, podcast? What say you?
You have reached the Wilkes-Barre City Police Department. If this is an emergency, you can please hang up and dial 911. If you are looking to speak to a police officer, you can hang up and dial 570-208-4200. If you are looking for a police report, you can hang up and dial 570-208-4215. If you'd like to leave a message, you can do so after the tone. Thank you.
That was the same lady who was just on the phone. Let's call again. I'll dial the regular number.
Wow, I can't believe it's this hard. Like justice is
like she sounded like she was trying to like see all the fiddling with the thing. Like
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing's ever easy for you.
ever.
You've been the victim of a crime. You're trying to report it, and you're having a difficult time. I feel bad for you. What say you, podcast? That's how I'm going to kill time now. What say you?
Wilkes-Barre Police Department. If this is an emergency or you need to make a police report, hang up and dial 911. If you would like to speak to an officer and know their name, enter the star. For the records unit, press 1. For the community policing unit, press 2. For the commander of investigations, press 3.
That's where I go.
Commander of operations, press 4. For the office of the chief of police, press 5. To speak with a live officer, press 6.
6. Here we go. Oh, God, I'm nervous.
I don't have a good connection. Really.
Wilkes-Barre Police.
Hi, how are you? I just called, and I think I was put on hold, but I got disconnected. I have a situation where I may want to press charges for someone for a theft, but for a theft.
Okay.
I just don't. Well, I live in New York, but this happened in Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
And I figured I'd call and talk to you guys because I don't want the punishment to be if the punishment is severe, I probably won't do it, but I did want there to be some consequences. So I just figure I'd call you, tell you the situation, and maybe just take your guidance. I was traveling. This happened on September 20th at the Kirby Center, which is right near your station. It's the theater there. I was traveling through. I was performing there that night, and one of the people that were attending the show broke into our backstage area and stole some clothing from us. And it was a suit and some other things, and we ended up finding out who it was, and we were able to reach them through the internet, and we got our things back. I just don't know what recourse I could take, if any, and what this type of penalty is, if it's just a small fine.
Wait, you got your stuff back?
Well, we located the person, and we were able to contact them because someone took a photo of them, someone recognized them, identified them, gave us their name, then we found their number on social media, contacted them, told them we knew it was them, and we told them that, we're gonna call and report you guys, but we want our things back. So they put them in the mail and sent them back. So I have them back. So again, I don't even know if there's anything I can do. I just was calling you kind of from information, basically, just to see what kind of recourse there is, if any.
I would be just happy you got your stuff back and let it go. If you press theft charges, you're going to have to go back to Wilkes-Barre to go to the trial.
I see. So if I were to just press charges as well anyway, even though I got it back, I'd have to go see it through.
You have to show up in court for all court appearances.
Right, and that might be multiple court appearances.
It will be multiple court appearances.
I see. I mean, it was. I don't know. Obviously, because it just seemed like a clean cut thing. So I didn't know. I didn't know it would be multiple court appearances. But what would be if I decided to go through with it? Just because I am a person of principle. What would be the potential fallout for this person?
What was the cost of the clothing? See, here's the other thing. Here's what they're going to argue: is theft defined by Pennsylvania law is the deprivation of the money or items from you, which you now are not deprived of anymore.
I understand. So just to then take that and run with it, if I broke into someone's home, stole a television, and then returned it a week later, would I not be under penalty?
Yeah, you'd be under penalty for the burglary, but not necessarily for the theft.
Oh, okay.
You broke into someone's home.
I see. Well, yeah, so she did trespass as well. She trespassed back.
She was in the Kirby, right?
She was in the Kirby, but she trespassed and broke back.
How did she get in there?
She had purchased a ticket to see the show.
Okay, so she wasn't trespassing.
Well, I don't think they're not allowed access to the backstage area. There's security.
I'm just saying that you wouldn't be able to press charges on that. That would be up to the Kirby, and since she did purchase a ticket, she was allowed in the building.
In the building.
She may have been in a unauthorized part of the building, but that's not trespassing.
I see. Yeah, so she definitely eluded security, and she broke into a room that should have been locked down and took the items and left. So one was a suit that was $1,200.
You received them back. What is it you do? What kind of performer are you?
I'm a comedian.
Okay, so you travel all over the place.
Yes, I do.
So you don't think that there's going to be a little bit of an inconvenience for you to show up at a prelim and then show up at the trial?
Well, absolutely.
And show up at a meeting ahead of that to meet with the DAs?
Absolutely. And inconvenience aside, I'm more just calling to see what my rights are and what recourse I have because it's happened. And I was uneducated, so I was hoping to just reach out and just see what the options are. So, yes, absolutely, it would be an inconvenience. I just wanted to know because one of them was a suit. It was $1,200 from the Men's Warehouse. And then other items was just like some small items like a hooded sweatshirt and stuff from Old Navy. But the item that was stolen was a $1,200 item. So I just because it was like it got under my skin. So I just was calling to just see. And again, I probably wouldn't press charges if it was something very severe. But if it was something that would just like send the message or just make that person regret this type of behavior, I definitely wanted to investigate it.
Well, you already investigated. You should have reported it that night. We would have come over and taken a report off of you that night, and we would have investigated it and followed up on charges. You did your own investigation and got your stuff back.
Yes, the reason I couldn't call you that night was because I travel, and as soon as the show ended, I was doing another city, so I had to leave immediately. And then it took days to locate the person, and then days to get the stuff back. And then, the last few weeks, I just kind of been mulling over what my options were. So that's all. I didn't know if there was a statute.
You just explained to me that you had to leave immediately. I would suggest you just say, I'm happy I got my stuff back. I'm going to be more careful in the future so somebody doesn't do this again. Because if you don't show up
blaming
for court,
the victim,
I mean, we'll end up putting a material witness out, a warrant out for you, and we'll come to wherever, not us personally, but the state police in whatever state you're in will come to your show, arrest you, hold you for us, and you'll be transported back here.
Wait, I'll be arrested? I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying.
You would be transported back here because you would be held on a material witness warrant.
Oh, so if I'm
saying, like, say we have court what's today, Monday? Say we got court on Friday, and we find out that, hey, this guy's in Ohio Wednesday night. He's not going to make it back. We would call the Ohio police, have them pick you up. We would come get you, and you would be transported back here and held till the trial is over.
Right. I get all that. You wouldn't have to do that because if I press charges, I would come there. I wouldn't make you chase me if I'm the one pressing charges. That's,
That's happened before. I'm just saying.
Right. Basically, what I...
So then if you had jobs, Thursday night and Friday night and Saturday night, you would not have those jobs anymore. You would be held here. Right,
I understand. So what I'm basically, if you could just answer me the last question, what I'm asking is, that aside, the inconvenience to me and the trial aside, for the theft that she committed of the suit and that I got it back, what would be her penalty if she was considered guilty in something like that? Just a ballpark.
It would depend on her record, if she's got a record, or if this was a first-time thing, and how apologetic she is. She's looking at maybe probation.
Okay, I see. Oh, how apologetic she is comes into play in court?
Sure. If you're remorseful.
That seems just so subjective.
Curse at the judge and spit at him. You say, look, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought I just, wanted a souvenir. I never did anything like this before. You can check my record. Okay.
I see. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't... Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't think she would curse or spit at the judge, but I thought basically...
I bring that up because we've had the defendants do that. Curse and spit at the judge and call them names and say they were going to kill them. The judge takes that into effect. You were not remorseful for anything here.
Right.
You will do this again. You will be punished now.
Right, okay. So basically, you follow through with this kind of thing. If she didn't have a record, it's a slap on the wrist, probation, and it's on her record.
Right.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate the time. I was just calling just to educate myself, basically, and then decide from there. So I appreciate you walking me through it.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate it. Stay safe, and thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Wow. I will say this. They are fucking professionals over there.
Well, I'll say a couple things. Number one, it's the fucking apocalypse. right now. Okay, it is. You could steal. You could do whatever the fuck you want,
Right.
and it doesn't matter. Okay?
Okay.
He just basically was like, "Give me a fucking break."
Yeah.
Okay. You see him. You saw him as professional.
Which is weird because we did mention it was from the Men's Warehouse. You thought that would have.
You like how I dropped that in?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. He was like, No. Well. For me, from the get go, he was just like, "Come on." Like, I don't even want to entertain this.
Yeah,
he stayed on the line.
You knew that's what it was going to be, didn't you think?
Well, I don't know. He could have said the exact same words from start to finish, verbatim, but with a different tone. It could have been like, "Yeah, you can totally press charges.
Yeah.
You'll have to come here. It might be an inconvenience to you."
A cop, though, you don't want cops to be like that. You want them to shoot straight.
This guy was
you had
basically
a straight shooter on the phone.
I had a straight shooter.
Yeah,
He was basically like, "Give me a fucking break."
yeah.
He even said that.
Well, that's what I expected.
He was like, "Take your shit and go on your way."
Yeah, of course.
So there you have it. Thief all you want. No, come break into break it. He was throwing out. She wasn't trespassing. She had a ticket. Even if she went in your green room, you got the stuff back. You can't charge her for the $1,200. It's a slap on the wrist. If she says she's sorry, big deal. I mean, he basically gave her complete immunity
Because she returned the stuff.
So if I said I know who it is, but we didn't get the stuff back,
You would
yet,
have seen a different.
I would have seen a different
Yeah,
fella.
you would have seen a different action. I think so.
Yeah.
I agree with everything he said.
I don't disagree.
Right.
Although it is funny how he took the stance of "give me a fucking break" versus these are your options, sir.
Yeah, but it's
Why not just be like, yeah, you'd press charges, and if it went to
don't
trial,
know.
you'd have to be here. He got into, "We'll come get you. We'll put a warrant out for you, and we'll come get you."
Sure.
Like he was like trying to dissuade me.
right because he's a community. Police are community leaders by nature of their role.
Right.
And I feel I thought he was a completely effective community leader in that he shot straight. He was like, "Look,
He's not clogging up the system.
he's not clogging up the system." He took time. He wasn't rushing you off the phone.
No, he didn't rush
He
me.
heard you out. Every question you had, he answered. He gave you thought out answers to everything.
Right.
He did his job.
There you go. So she wins. The thief wins in this story.
That's true.
That's it.
That's right. That I agree with.
The thief
won.
wins.
The thief won.
There you go. So she is scot-free. I don't know if she listens to this podcast. If she does, I'm talking about you.
I will say this. I'm proud of you for following through on this.
Yeah, I said I would. So, she lives to thieve another day. There's other suits out there. There's pleated, non-pleated, there's double-breasted, there's
Mario's
pinstripe,
evolved.
there's the gabardine, there's whatever you want. There's thousands of suit combinations out there for you to pluck.
Plunder.
There you go, the suit burglar. The hoodie burglar.
The hoodie burglar. The what say you hoodie burglar.
The what say you hoodie burglar. Let's have at it.
And she was a female, so hypothetically she could wear the slutty hamburglar outfit while she steals the shit.
That is now. You want to show me something, thief?
Right.
You want to show me something? Dress up in the hamburglar outfit. Dress up as the hoodie burglar.
Right.
Dress up as the hoodie burglar. Send us a photo.
Right.
And for me, you'll be completely absolved.
I'm going to give you and me homework for next week.
Uh-huh.
I want us to both write a short bio for the hoodie burglar, like McDonald's had on their website. And let's see what we come up with.
Oh, I love
You
it.
want to do it?
I love it.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So next week's episode will be the hoodie burglar episode.
And
Okay.
if perchance before the next ep comes out, if you guys get a 2-day shipment on those hamburger costumes and get randy with each other, send us the stories and we'll put them up there. Do you want to skip the call?
I mean, I'm assuming nobody's going to answer, so why don't we make it? Yes, but I am 42 minutes late for my meeting.
This was fun.
Yes.
And there is the conclusion
Right.
of that saga.
Satisfying, I thought, to be honest.
Satisfying, Q thinks. I would say satisfying. We got really what I wanted to find out on that call was what would be her fate.
And you got it.
Her fate would be probation.
She's probably going to see a movie right now.
Probation.
That's a fate.
Yeah.
Bet.
I want to know if she walks around right now still sorry, or was she ever really sorry?
I bet you she was humiliated and embarrassed when fucking Murray called her.
All right.
Yeah.
And if she does listen to this, I wonder if she's appreciated the last couple of weeks, or if she has found it tongue in cheek, or if she was worried about what might happen to her, or what have you. I hope she appreciates her anonymity being kept because she doesn't deserve it.
No.
She should be dragged out into town square. But here we go. I'm calling
Wilkes-Barre.
I'm calling, well, I guess Pennsylvania at the very least. Let's see what happens. If we get through, maybe I'll ask a good person of Wilkes-Barre what they think. Come on, baby. Oh. These people are going to hang up on me quicker than anybody because they never buy into it, unless it's a kid. They think I'm like, this is huge.
This is crazy. You go, what do you do if you go to voicemail?
I'll leave a voicemail. I mean, this seems straight up legit right now.
Yeah,
5 rings. They're just gonna. Usually they hang up as soon as I start to say hi. I'm.
Yeah.
Did we find not only a working number but someone that doesn't have an answer machine?
No voicemail at all. Well,
just sign out as it's.
Thank you for listening to What's Say You Podcast. I'm Brian Gwynn.
Oh, Sal Volcano.
We'll see you next week.
Oh, real quick, we got some cutting room shows coming up in New York City. There's 6 in the next 2 weeks. They're small, intimate, like 150 person shows. We're working out new material. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like super intimate. It's like $20 to go to it.
It's been great.
And there's still some tickets left. It's the cutting room in New York City, and it's November. It's this Wednesday, which I think is November 19th. November 19th, and then there's 2 dates in December.
It's on www.thetenderloins.com.
All right, so check those out, and thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Okay. Here we go. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times, and I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try, yeah, then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just haha. The currency don't grow like leaves on trees. Then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries. Then again, she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Yeah, I try.